yard haunt update. So the other day I showed you that my neighbor put a witch out here, the new one from Home Depot, the $100 6-foot witch. She put that out here in this cauldron, and then yesterday she put this light up, so she's got her nice and well lit. She looks really cool. She looks pretty bad on video actually, but in person she looks really cool. The light is really whited out, but her face is actually really nice green. She's really actually well lit and looks really good in person. But it's really cool to see my neighbors behind me jumping in on the fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you up front and show you what we got up there today. We still have the old hag from Home Depot. We still have our Grim Reaper out here, our 12-foot witch. We have our red light out here breaking up some of that blue from the other side of the graveyard, so it lights up all these other tombstones. Got our grimacing pumpkin, a grave digger, our headless horseman, got miserable Marie. I still need to add some more tombstones out here. I haven't yet done that. I've had some stuff to do today. And we still have our scarecrow out here. And all this lighting, I know I talk and sit here and talk about how much I need to do on this lighting, but really, in reality, the lighting is pretty much for me at nighttime and the community and pretty much YouTube. My haunt is from 4 to 5:30, and it's not going to be dark at all, so no one is going to be able to see this like we are seeing it right now. So I'm trying to find ways to make this creepier all the time and just give it more of a vibe. And that's why next year I really think I'm going to do some type of facade on the front of the house, and we'll go from there. Just trying to find ways to make this look a little bit more creepy during the day, because like I said, my haunt is during daytime. But up here on the porch we still have Michael Myers and the Plague Doctor. Still got this dude sitting right here. Still have our skeleton back there in the flower pot. We got Sam peeking out up there. And I am gonna add some more animatronics on the porch. I just haven't got there yet. Like I said, I had stuff to do today. Still have our skeleton horse and our huge 12-foot skelly. We still got Twisted Tina up there on the roof, and I haven't done a light. I don't know what I'm gonna do about a light up there yet. And then we have our wolf still, and he just randomly starts going off, and he's actually off, so I don't know, maybe he's haunted. We got some more tombstones, and we have the caretaker. So I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of why this side is more stacked up than this side. Now obviously I get tons of comments like, why is there only like 1 or 2 things over here and this side's all well done, you know? Okay, so this side is protected fully by the house from the wind, other than this scarecrow mainly. It's right here in the front, because the direction of the wind comes from behind the caretaker. So you see that house and that church building there, there's a huge open gap right there. Also behind my house is a wide open cornfield. So the wind is absolutely horrendous. It's broken the caretaker already, it's bent the wolf, and it's bent the scarecrow already this season. And thankfully we haven't really gotten any effects from Hurricane Ian, but we always get some really bad storms in October, and we just went through a whole week of absolute like terrible storms. So that is why there's not much here, and what is here is staked down like a son of a bitch, so it doesn't go anywhere. I've already had to fix the fencing because it almost fell forwards. All the posts were loose, so I had to put new stakes in that to hold this thing up. Like I said, these props are all bent. The wind was just beating the hell out of them. So that's why there's not a lot over here. This is wide open. There's nothing over here whatsoever to break the wind. So there's the explanation on that. And as far as not having enough room, okay, so I'm going to elaborate on that too. I don't have all my animatronics out, obviously. We have all this room here completely unused, nothing going on. Like I've said in the past, and for many years, my neighbor down the street is always going to have a cooler setup because of the sheer size of the front yard. They always have a lot of space. I don't. I can't add more space. I can't get more space. I can't just shit out yard. So this is what I got, and I try to make the best of it. But I know a lot of you in the past have just seen, and I've always just staked it off about right where that ghost is and only use this portion on my yard. So this year, we have all this empty space here up to the corner. All this empty space here. And then I have all this yard from here up to this doorway. And I have all this yard down to about the end of the house. And that's where we're gonna stop because of my dog. And then we're gonna pick back up behind the cars and make our way over there back to my neighbor's house. We're gonna try and combine the two. I'm just trying to drive some people back to her house for trick or treat. So I know I don't have a lot of space in the front, but I have a lot of space on the side. And I know it's not as deep as my neighbor's, but it's just as long. So I have plenty of room. So basically there's gonna be animatronics. Let's get the corner of the house in the frame. So from the corner of the house all the way up to the fence, it's a pretty damn good distance. And this is gonna be loaded with animatronics and different stuff. I just haven't got to that point. Why? Because of the wind and thieves and all this other crap. So on trick-or-treat day, this whole side's gonna come to life. I'm gonna be adding tons of animatronics, tons of different props, all kinds of stuff, and it's gonna be a long day. And I just want all of you guys to stay tuned because this whole side's gonna come to life for a few hours, and it's all gonna come back down, and then eventually I'll start taking down everything in the front. So that is the game plan. I have a lot more yard, and I've never used all this yard. Never had to. Never had this many animatronics, never had this many props. All the stuff I'm making, there's a lot going on this year, and it's definitely going to be my biggest one yet. And we're just trying to use the whole yard because when everyone comes for trick-or-treat, they use this parking lot and they park here, and everyone gets out and walks up and down the sidewalk. So now we're trying to get them to come down this driveway and veer off from where I'm standing and walk over to my neighbor's, because she always gets excluded because people see my house and my neighbor's house down the road and they trick and treat up and down the street and they never come back this way. So we're gonna make some signage for her and tell her that, tell people that there's more back here, and I'm gonna make signs, and obviously you're gonna be able to see that my haunt continues down the side of the house. So that's gonna be my biggest change for this year, is adding on a whole new section that has yet to come, because like I said, this wreck here is wide open field. You see that? Nice flat land. There's nothing to break the wind. So everything I set up here is gonna get absolutely annihilated. If I put an animatronic here, I might as well wad it up and throw it in the trash, because it's gonna be done for. Same with anything that's not heavily staked down, or just everything on this side just gets beat up when the wind comes through here. So I've just opted to not put anything out yet and just wait until that day, and then I'll put it all out. So there's not going to be any lights, there's not going to be nothing like that. All the lighting and all that stuff's going to be up front, and I will be adding more up there, just haven't got to that yet. I'm running out of time. I'm very short on time this year. Next year, a lot of stuff's changing. So we're gonna be doing a lot more stuff next year, and I'm gonna have a lot more time. So next year, it's definitely gonna be one of my better years. But this year is definitely gonna be one of my best as well. So make sure, stay tuned. Stick around for many more updates as we get closer to haunt season. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching, and happy haunting.